Welcome. In front of me is a Xiaomi 15T Pro, and today I will show you how you can enable and set up your hotspot. So, to get started, you'll want to swipe down from the top right side of your screen, which will bring down your toggles, and here you should have hotspot visible somewhere. Now, if it's not added by default, which actually looks to be the case, we will need to do that ourselves. And we can do so by clicking on the edit button, which only appears when you actually scroll down. When you click on it, now look for the hotspot. You can see it right here. I'm gonna click on the plus, check mark, and now it's added. So once it's in this panel, we can now hold it, and this will quickly take us to the settings. Now, reason for navigating to these settings is because under the setup portable hotspot, you will find a randomly generated password. Let's get rid of it. It is pretty bad, so I'm pretty sure no one wants to type that in. Your password will need to have at least 8 characters in length. That can be letters, numbers, doesn't really matter. And once you have changed that, you can click on the check mark to save it. Before I do so, I do want to also talk about other options in here. So we have security. I recommend keeping that as it is. AP band. This has 2 options, 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. And if you know what this is, by all means change it. If you don't, I recommend keeping it at 2.4. This will ensure that your hotspot works with basically widest array of the devices. 2.4 would be considered like a compatibility mode. In reality, it's a little bit more complicated, but if you don't know what this is, just know that this option will mean that you can use that hotspot for basically any device that has Wi-Fi connectivity. While the 5 one will be better, but the devices that don't support it just won't see your hotspot. So I recommend keeping it at 2.4. And additionally, mobile networks aren't typically that great anyways, so it's not like you're going to be getting much from the 5 gigahertz anyway. And lastly, we have the hide SSID. I recommend keeping that off. It would just mean that you need to manually type in the Wi-Fi name and the password. It wouldn't show up as a searchable network, so it just makes it more annoying. Now, I'm gonna click on the check mark, and we can close this up. But actually, going back in here, there was one last option that I want to talk about, and that wasn't in the actual settings, but it was here. And that is the turn off hotspot automatically. So it will turn it off after, I believe, 5 to 10 minutes of inactivity. So when you're not using, or when the device thinks you're not using it, meaning there's no data being used, it will turn off your hotspot. Now, this might become a little bit annoying if you, for instance, tend to do some heavy reading. You open up some kind of website, and it has just a lot of text, and you're going to read it all. And throughout that reading, you never go to a next page, you never refresh or do anything like that. Your device will load this up once, keep it in the storage of the phone itself till you actually go somewhere else. But if it takes you more than that 10 minutes, this will actually kick on and turn off your hotspot, which means that when you go to reload a page or go to the next page or whatever, you don't have network anymore. So in cases like this, you might want to turn that off. But for majority of the people, I recommend keeping it on. This will mean that when you're done using your hotspot and you just forget about it, the device will turn it off for you. And hotspot does consume more of your phone's battery, so when you're done, there's no reason for it to be running in the background. So anyway, to turn it on, just find this toggle, and this time around, instead of holding it, we're gonna tap on it. And your hotspot is now enabled, which you can see right here. And you can connect to this hotspot with other devices and have internet on them. Now, once you're done using it, you don't need to wait for that timer to basically turn it off automatically. You can do that yourself by just tapping on the toggle for the second time. So, with that being said, hopefully you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.